is an Old Norse rune meaning strong. Audio is basically situated in the southeastern part of Norway, so the main office is a few minutes south of Oslo, and the R&D department is in Arendal. And then we got the assembly, who's in Moss, who's at CS, who we work closely with.
It all started in 2010, being a hi-fi enthusiast. I had been reading these magazines for years, back to back. I saw the same designs coming up and up again. Soft dome tweeter, 6-inch woofers in the same square boxes. At that time I had already started building my own speakers, and I had a clear idea that it was positive to have more dynamic headroom in the speaker and control dispersion to get less room interactions in the normal rooms. Based on that, I started designing the Icon. I made a cabinet with no parallel side walls or top walls. I also decided to be small enough to fit into a normal living room, but large enough to fit a small horn and a 12-inch woofer which had enough capacity to play effortless.
In regards to the current lineup today, the two biggest models that are horn-loaded, we needed to show a point that tonality and what we call a whole experience isn't limited to a two-way horn construction system. It's also something we can achieve on smaller models. That's what we did with the Frigg. You will hear the similarities in all models. There is basically the same sonic language in all the lineup.
So the Verdande is our top-of-the-line speaker. It's a two-way design with quite large horn in the top, with a controlled dispersion pattern, and our own unique 15-inch woofer, which we developed from scratch.
Sometimes the straight approach and the right approach is a simple approach. In our case, that was a two-way construction.
We have used a lot of time developing the right woofer, which is super crucial in a design like this. It's used all the way from the deep bass up to the mid-range, so it's a super critical part. We used quite a lot of time developing the cone, experimenting with different kind of lacquers, the hardness, to get it right with the breakup modes of the cone. The motor system is a very strong neodymium motor with a specially developed copper cap in the center, which lowers the inductance to be just almost eliminated. So we have distortion figures which are really, really great for a woofer like this. The tweeter is two parts actually. There's a compression driver in the back. Compression driver we use have a 3.4-inch carbon fiber diaphragm, which is the most crucial part, I think, in why the speaker sounds like it does. So we got very clean and undistorted sound from the mids and all the way up to the highs. The waveguide controls the output from the compression driver. One of our main philosophies is that we should have a controlled dispersion pattern of the speaker. So we designed this waveguide to have a controlled dispersion pattern of about 60 degrees to the sides and a little less in the height, so that we get less room interactions and a cleaner, more natural sound. The new Icon is built on the same idea as we had with the old Icon, design-wise, but we have developed our new 12-inch woofer based on the same recipe as in the Verdande, and we have developed a new horn based on the same design as we had in the Verdande. The new Icon 12 is a very interesting speaker in that way, because it gives you some of the same capabilities as you got in the Verdande, but in a smaller package and for a little bit lower price. Our entry-level speaker is the Frigg 2. It's a little bit different kind of speaker than the Icon and the Verdande. The Frigg is a three-way speaker. It has a tweeter in the top with controlled dispersion. It uses also carbon fiber in the top, the same as we use in our new Icon and the Verdande. Because of this much smaller tweeter and a waveguide, we have to use a dedicated mid-range. We developed 18cm mid-range together with SEAS, which is purpose-built to handle all of the mid-range from about 300 Hz and all the way up to the tweeter. So it handles all voices, most instruments. The mid-range is the heart of the Frigg. And then it was one of the harder parts, which was the bass. Because the Frigg is a quite small speaker. It's compact, it's not too high and not too deep. But we still wanted some of the same dynamic and compressed bass as we have in the larger speakers. So we developed a new 8-inch woofer. The 8-inch woofer uses an oversized motor structure, which is not common to use in these kind of 8-inch woofers in hi-fi. It has a 2.5-inch voice coil, a very strong motor with copper to reduce the distortion, and we use a titanium former in all of our speakers. It started with an idea and a project. Now we are here, 3 new speakers, and we're really proud of all of them.
Audio means strong audio, and this is what you get. You get a big, bold, strong, overwhelming sensation when you listen to them. You got to try it out for yourself.